Boom! All right, Kenman here. Today we have a TwoSun. This was sent to me from the wonderful Gr8fulDong. He ordered a couple of these for himself and decided to have the company send them to me first so we could check them out. I could share them with all of you, and then we'll get them on to its rightful owner. This was a little smashed up. We were a little worried about this. We opened them up on the live stream last night. Join me for some of my live streams. They're fun. I'll link one down in the description. We have a good time. All right, box on the floor. Thanks again to Gr8fulDong for sending me this TwoSun to review. This thing is wild. Let's get into it. Mini bag on the floor. Look at this. I almost wish I hadn't opened it last night. I was laughing so hard on the live stream. This thing is so silly looking. Boom, soak it in. What a incredible object this is. Look at the thumb studs on there. That is just wild. So this is the TwoSun TS417 if you're interested. And you should be. Look at this thing. It is just crazy. Who knew they made knives that look like this? It's something, huh? So the pivot says TwoSun knives made in Yangshan, China. Same thing on both sides. Huge pivot with that gold accent wrapper on there. Thumb stud for days. I don't know. I honestly think that might be the biggest thumb stud I've ever. And on the shortest little tiny knife too. This is just crazy, right? And it's not a stop pin. If you notice, it doesn't hit. So it looks like it's a stop pin. It's popping right in there and using the blade to stop. But the pin is right there. This is a legit, absolutely gargantuan thumb stud. Boom. And it works. I have flicked it out. It's a little tighter. It's got a stiff detent on there, but you can do it. Wow. Look at it. Soak it in. So this is, again, the TS417. It'd be nice if they made names. I know some companies kind of do that. They just have these numbers on there. I mean, it's all about the design and how the knife looks and feels and works, right? So name isn't as important. I'm just not a fan of the TwoSun TS and then just a number. This is the 417. What do we think about that? Comment below. Huge back spacer on there. Look at all those fins and then almost like a glass breaker nub on the end for boom, getting in there. For being a small little knife, this thing is huge, right? What a wild design, though. So we have a nice liner lock, D2 on the blade steel, Wong design, and then we have a titanium with a micro milled texture. You can kind of see those little teeny mill lines in there. They are not large, but they're there. You can feel them, just the slightest texture. Nice looking non-nested liners, make it nice and thick. Chunk, and then that huge back spacer, wide blade, but short and stout. I dig it. This thing is just fun. Okay. Thank you, Gr8fulDong, for sending me this one to look at. Lots of laughs so far. Very weird, strange shape. I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like this. The pivot way up here. Usually the pivot's kind of in line right around here. It pushes that up. Then not only does that push it up, then you have that thumb stud that pushes it up even higher. I did kind of look, and you can almost at the right angle, caught my hand on the table, but Emerson wave it out like that. It is rounded. I don't think it's designed for that. If you push just right, though, you can get it to go. What a crazy forward angle too. Look at this. Just so when you're holding on to it, that blade is down. So like if you were chopping a small cherry tomato or something, your hand's out of the way. You can get all the way to the table with it, the shape that it's at. So you're really able to get that blade down where it needs to go. Point is in a nice spot. I mean, if you're getting out there with the index finger for some cuts, it's in a good spot, but you do have this big belly for getting some work done. I don't know. This thing is just crazy. How do they end up coming up with a design like this? I want to know. I love it. Clip is only one position, kind of stuck on that spot right there, which is a tip down only, which would mean you can't Emerson wave it out of your pocket anyway, because you would have to have it this way to pull. Yeah, it'd be nice if that clip was the other way, but the design's the design. Here it is. Wow. Anybody have some TwoSuns out there? I'm pretty limited on my knowledge of TwoSuns. I've done all of like one unboxing, handled a couple of them. They are interesting though. They have a lot of crazy stuff. I'll put a link down in the description for that too. Check them out. Okay, so let's get to it here. Blade, solid. No movement, no play. Centered nicely. Detent is tight. It's in there good. I mean, it's a huge thumb stud, so you got a lot of angular pressure out there, but that detent pops in there pretty tight. Oosh. Flicking it out is difficult. I don't even want to try again, but okay, got it. It is a tight one, but you can do it, or I at least can, so you might be able to if you can flick other knives. Love the texture and the color. That gray, just kind of titanium, looks real nice. The gold accent is cool. I don't know about this thing back here. Little Edyards holder there for your lanyards, but that big old nub doesn't really stick out too much because this is so small. What a fun knife though. Okay. Wow, under 6. 5, well, it's just about 6. 5 7/8. 2 3/8 on the blade straight across, 2.5 down to there, up to there, maybe 2 3/4, but you're looking at about a 2.5 at the most on that blade. Really more like 2 1/4 straight across. Cutting surface is also just under 2 1/4 with a little curve on the belly, and just over 3.5, 3 5/8 on the handle. Wow, what a beast. 0.14, nice and thick on that blade. And that 1/4 carries out to here. And then you've got that nice single grind, bringing it out to a tip. Handle with the clip 0.71, without 0.6. That clip kind of takes up most of that space. I mean, you get to the back here, you can get back to that 0.6 on the butt. But the clip kind of covers most of it. But if you come across here, got that 0.6. So thickest spot on the handle this way, 1/3/8. Thins out down here to 0.98. Thickest on that blade, 1.48. That is just the silliest chonker. Battery's still kicking. All right. Heavy. This is a beast. Those non-nested liners is full. Just put all that weight on there for this chonk, right? 5.35. We now have the Drop Bear Compare, brought to you by Kaiser. 3.29 on the Drop Bear. 5.35. What a weighty pig. Who likes little chunky, little small knives? I'm enjoying them more and more. All right, this is the Kaiser Drop Bear Compare second moment look. I don't know. I usually just show this one. This is a pretty common size, the Drop Bear. Great user, as you can see. Same size as your pyrites, your bug outs, your not quite full-size daily users that are very commonly seen in the knife community. The Drop Bear Compare. Drop Bear, about a 1/2 inch or 3/4 larger on the front and the back. Definitely larger, even though it's not quite full size. Great user knife, though. Check them out. All right, the TwoSun. Look at this thing, man. I just love it. I might have to buy one of these. This is cool. Thanks again to Gr8fulDong for sending this out to me first to check it out. You knew I would enjoy this one. We have, like I said, very similar taste. So brand new out of the box, D2 TwoSun. Let's do a little paper cut test here. Woo. It's all right. getting a little wild because it was too nice. Look at those slices, huh? That is great. I mean, little curlies, 0.14 in the back, so it's going to give you extra drag and pressure. It's just pushing that paper apart, but I mean, 9 on the cutting. I give it a 9 out of 10 for cutting right out the box. That sharpness is great, especially when it's that thick behind the edge. And I mean, you got some width for it to kind of slowly push away. But wow, I mean, that is slicey, well done. Nice little D2 chunk right here. The TwoSun TS417. You like these little ones? Pick this one up. It is cool stuff. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.